The Ministry of Education says it is working to address some of the concerns about the new compulsory 7-year secondary education period. Speaking at a post-cabinet press briefing this morning, Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Casson Troop outlined the ministry's plans. Sandy Williams reports.
Some high school students are raising concern about the compulsory 7-year secondary education period, which will see no graduation ceremonies being held for fifth formers. Despite its recent move, the Education Minister says it has been written in law for decades. Education Minister Favour Williams says the transition from the 5-year period represents a paradigm shift for the education system. But the ministry's approach has sparked questions and concern from some students and school administrators. Javon Hyman is the Region 1 Vice President of the National Secondary Students Council.
How does the ministry plan to support schools who lack enough teachers and resources to properly carry out this program? 2. School administrators solely being responsible for relocating students who the school is not able to accommodate into their program. We believe the ministry should play a stronger role in this. 3. What assurance can the ministry give to students that they will not be turned away from institutions due to not being able to pay school fees? And 4. A number of students were alarmed by the announcement that they would no longer be receiving a fifth form graduation. Most see this as a rite of passage and proof of the hard work they've put in over the years. We believe it should not be removed.
The Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools has also raised concerns about adequate funding and resources in schools to facilitate the program. But Mrs. Williams says her ministry will be working with schools to address the challenges they may face.
We are working currently with all of our schools to understand to get the estimate from them as to the number of students who would be registered. We are working in collaboration as well with many of our community colleges and other institutions to facilitate our students who register for the sixth form program as we have announced.
Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Casson Troop gave an outline of the ministry's plan.
We have asked our principals to identify a teacher who we will compensate as a senior teacher who will have the hand-holding of these activities. We have asked our tertiary institutions to identify what we call a program officer who we will be working with to ensure that the partnership is taking place.
Dr. Troop explains that schools will be able to account for students across institutions via an electronic database which will contain the students' attendance and performance reports.
Once we have that information composed and shared, then we know what is happening to our students and we are assured of their progress towards certification.
She says the schools will also be assisted with developing growth plans to expand their offerings. Sandy Williams, TVJ News.